This is the Rob and Roz Recap.
You might have heard Alex J mention earlier this afternoon, but we're chatting to WesBank today. Buying a car is obviously one of the biggest financial commitments that South Africans will make, and we're trying to make sure you get the absolute best advice that you can.
Jacaranda FM.
Joining us today is Lebo Khawaketse, who's the head of marketing and communication at WesBank, and we're chatting all things car finance. Welcome, Lebo.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm excited to be with you guys.
Many consumers feel relieved once their vehicle finance is approved. I can say this, I can put my hand up for that as well. Why do you say that that's only the beginning of the journey?
Because in all honesty, getting approved is a really small part of the story, but it essentially means that, you've met the lender's qualification criteria, if I can put it that way. Mm-hmm. But the bigger question is, can you afford the car that you actually want? Because the fact that you are approved for a certain amount does not mean that you necessarily afford it. So it's important to understand certain things, the loan term, how much you'll be paying every month, and ensure that the vehicle really fits within your budget. It's a decision you're making now that you have to live up to for a couple of years.
Yeah. Many people focus on that monthly installment when buying a vehicle, but that is also just a small part of the bigger picture that you've got to look at.
Owning a car is more than just the installment. When one does the research, it's very rare that people factor certain things. Like the installment itself, for instance, could change if you're on a linked rate. So when the MPC changes the interest rate and increases it, you're on a linked rate, your installment increases. There is the maintenance, the servicing. Once you've had a car for a couple of years, you need to replace the tires. There's the batteries that also go off now and again. So it's more than just the installment, and one needs to look at the total cost of owning this car.
What questions should someone buying a vehicle bear in mind when they are about to sign a vehicle finance agreement?
I think I alluded to one of them in the previous question. The first one, is your finance on a fixed or a linked interest rate? And what is the total amount you repay over the loan term? The third question, very important one, is what happens if I want to settle the loan early? What options do I have as a consumer in a finance agreement? Big one that we get as well, Ross, where people get surprised, is your finance on a balloon payment agreement? And how will you settle that balloon at the end of the term, where you've got that, 50, 60, 100,000 that you have to pay at the end before you conclude the agreement? And I think another important one, you have to realistically ask yourself, have you budgeted for the other ongoing costs in terms of the total cost of ownership?
So there are a lot of questions that you do need to ask yourself as a prospective vehicle owner to just better understand the long-term financial commitment of owning a car rather than focusing only on what's due every month.
Absolutely.
Lebo, thank you so much for joining us this week, and we'll chat to you again soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was a great one.
The Drive with Rob and Roz. Jacaranda FM. Weekdays 4 to 7 p.m.